Education. Part 1 Style questions. Are you studying English at a school?
Yes. I'm taking an intensive course at a local private language school. I attend classes 3 times a week.
To attend classes. To go to classes. Private language school. An independent school run as a business concern. An intensive course. A course that offers lots of training in order to reach a goal in as short a time as possible. Would you say you are a good student?
I'm okay, I think. I'm pretty good at meeting deadlines and I'm keeping up with my studies. Plus I find it quite easy to learn things by heart, which is useful when learning a language.
To meet a deadline, to finish a job or task in the time allowed or agreed. To keep up with your studies, to not fall behind. To learn something by heart. To memorize it. When you were younger, did you enjoy your time at school?
Yes. I liked school. It was an ordinary state school. Nothing special. A single-sex school. Which I'm not sure I liked. But the teachers were great. I had lots of friends and I never played truant like some pupils there.
A single-sex school. A school where only boys or girls attend, as opposed to a mixed-sex school. State school. A school paid for by public funds and available to the general public. To play truant, to stay away from classes without permission. Part 2 Style task. Describe a time during your education that you really enjoyed. You should say, when this period was, where you were, what you were studying at the time, and say why you were so happy.
I'd like to tell you about my time at university. I was a mature student. I didn't go to university until I was 25. And it was my first time away from my parents, so it was very exciting. I was doing a bachelor's degree and it was a bit of a challenge. Some people take a year out, but I'd been away from education for 8 years. Plus I had to work my way through uni, so I was very busy. And sitting exams at the end of each year was a new experience for me as well, but I really enjoyed higher education, learning about a subject I loved. History. And the social life was great as well. I don't think I've ever had so many friends. I had my graduation ceremony last year in the local cathedral and I know my parents were really proud. So yes. That was a really happy time. I'm thinking of doing a master's degree soon. Though that might be through distance learning as I have a full-time job now.
Bachelor's degree, an undergraduate course which usually lasts 3-4 years. To take a year out, to spend a year working or traveling before starting university. A mature student, a student who is older than average and who has usually returned to education after a period at work. To work your way through university, to have a paid job whilst studying to support yourself financially. To sit an exam, to take an exam. A graduation ceremony, an event where a successful student receives his or her academic degree. Higher education, usually in a college or university, that is followed after high school or secondary school. Master's degree, a period of study which often follows the completion of a bachelor's degree or is undertaken by someone regarded as capable of a higher level academic course. Distance learning, a way of studying where tuition is carried out over the internet or by post. Part 3 Style questions. What qualities do you think a good teacher has?
They should be patient. They should be subject specialists and be able to explain the subject clearly. They should give feedback quickly. For example, not hang on to essay for ages like some of my teachers.
To give feedback, to offer guidance on a student's work. Subject specialist, a teacher who has a great deal of knowledge about the subject they teach. What are the advantages of studying on a distance learning course?
It's a more flexible way of studying, especially if you have a job. Tuition fees are usually cheaper. But you have to be very motivated. And I would imagine more people fall behind with their studies compared to face-to-face classes.
Tuition fees. The money paid for a course of study. Face-to-face classes, as opposed to distance learning, the traditional way of studying in a classroom with colleagues and a teacher. To fall behind with your studies, to progress less quickly than others. Do all children get equal opportunities in education?
In my country I think it is quite equal, but in the UK I've heard that most people who go to the top universities have studied at public schools. You have to be very rich to study in a school like that. They're usually boarding schools as well, so the fees are enormous.
Boarding school, a school where pupils live during term time. Public schools, exclusive independent schools in the UK.